Toucan Play That Game is proudly sponsored by NiceGameShop.com, the place to go for rare and unusual Asian games. Hi, I'm Michael. Take a seat and I'll quickly tell you about Anachrony by Mindclash Games. This is a worker placement game. It has the usual aspect of worker placement. Everyone blocking each other, getting each other's way, going, I wanted to do that action, now I can't. The fact that you always want to do more actions than you have the workers to do. But what this introduces new and different is with its sci-fi theme, time travel. And this is implemented beautifully. Now, the way the time travel works is you're able to get resources from the future, but you then need to build a time machine in order to return those resources. But by returning those resources, you gain points. If you don't return those resources, you're going to lose points and potentially also cause paradoxes and anomalies that are going to cost you points and potentially cost you workers closing them. So that's all very interesting. The other thing that this adds and changes with worker placement compared to any other worker placement out there is the fact that in this futuristic sci-fi setting, the world is a toxic place, and in order to go to the main board, to go to the main locations, which you're going to have to do at the beginning of the game because you haven't built any of your own locations, you need exosuits, and that means you've got to power them. So it's another aspect to keep in mind. It's almost like having two different workers, but you use a worker in your exosuit as well. And it's a very in-depth, a very complex game, but it's actually very easy to learn. However, it has so many decisions. It is not a light game. There's so little luck, so much strategy, so much tactics in this. And it does have a gameplay length that reflects that. If you're playing this with two players, you're probably looking at about an hour and a half, I would say. If you're looking at 3 players, you're looking at around 2.5 hours. You know, it very much can get quite long with the more players you have, but the time passes so quickly because it is such a rewarding experience. Yes, there might be problems with AP, but while someone else is sat there kind of thinking about what they want to do, you're sat thinking, well, I want to do this, I want to do that. Well, if I can go there, I'll go there, and then I'll do this, and then I'll do that. And then they block you, and you go, okay, well, instead I'll have to go to this one and do it this way and do it next turn. So you're very much engaged permanently. And what other players are doing is very much going to affect your own turn. So you're very interested and engaged in what they're doing. And that helps the scaling on this game a lot. Yes, at the higher numbers, you're going to have a longer game, but you're still engaged during that whole time. And the game does scale well because there are 2 boards. You've got one for 2 and 3 player and one for 4 player. What this means is that the 3 and 4 player game are the same experience, just different lengths of play. The 2 player game is slightly less blocky, slightly less tight, which is fine. I still think that is a very good game, a very enjoyable game. And what this also has is you can do a solo variant that is extremely good as well. So I think this is an absolutely fantastic game for people who want a heavier game that isn't difficult to play, gives you great, fantastic choices every turn, gives you interaction with your other players of blocking the spaces, of watching what they're doing, being concerned about what they're doing, and also has a solo variant. But if you want a lighter game with randomness in it, this is not going to be the game for you. Also, the game has fantastic quality components. All the cards are very good. The cardboard, the tokens, you know, thick things, all very good. The art is very good, except for the people aren't quite up to the same level as all the fantastic landscapes. So that is my quick thoughts on Anachrony by Mindclash Games. A fantastic game, one of the best games released in 2017, and definitely a standout contender for the best worker placement game that just introduces so much more and different than other worker placement games before it. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, as well as subscribing, sharing, liking and commenting. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.